Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Super Game Brothers podcast, a weekly podcast all about video games, the ones that we're playing, the ones that we like, sometimes the ones that we don't like. My name is David, and I'm joined every week by my co-host and my brother, Devin. Devin, how are you on this, I don't know, kind of run-of-the-mill Thursday?
I don't know what that means, but I'm doing... Not unique. So yes, been here before. Here we are again. I'm doing well, I think.
Good.
Yeah, doing good. Life's moving fast. We're just back to back here week after week doing this. It does seem like these weeks are just, it's Wednesday again, time to record.
It does.
It is crazy. Yeah. I got to make some big moves in life before I'm 50.
I keep saying that to myself as well. When am I going to be a billionaire? That seems like the logical next step.
Pretty easy to achieve.
Yeah. I don't know. Just watch like movie The Social Network or something, and I'm like, why am I not Mark Zuckerberg? But maybe I don't want to be that guy.
I don't think I want to be that guy either, but maybe you're someone maybe a little less well known.
Yeah, a lesser known, less strange billionaire.
Less strange.
I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
I don't know too much about that person.
He's a little strange. I don't know. It has been fast. I feel like it's been kind of fun to, now that the basement studio is kind of done, to get the podcast back going again. We've changed up some of our like editing procedures, and we're using a new tool to help us create more shorts more quickly, which is exciting as well. So hoping to just kind of flood the market with podcast content, and hopefully that will help us find more friends and more listeners. I think that'll help us maybe be I don't know, what's the word? I don't know.
Happy.
Have the enthusiasm we need to continue this for a long time. Happy, there you go. Because my happiness is 100% reliant on the number of people that listen to this podcast. So don't ruin my life.
Well, I had an interesting experience this week.
Okay.
As you know, I use my computer every day, and it's been having a lot of issues. I have roughly 3 terabytes of raw video that we've recorded on OBS just sitting there waiting for something. And then I have an SSD, which I think has 1 terabyte, which was completely stacked with who knows what. Over 5 years of using a computer, you join a lot of things, you log in, make accounts, set up ad blocks. I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Try pieces of software, and then you forget to delete them when you don't use them.
Or you don't know how to delete them.
Yeah.
Things are hard to delete. But I kind of dabbled in that. Anyways, I've been blue screening a lot. I have a lot of different blue screen codes on my computer. Basically, when it blue screens, it's unusable. You have to reset the whole thing. But they have a code. It's like app data insufficient, or memory management insufficient, or something, unique words, quota not met. I'm like, I don't know how to meet the quota, but I'm going to reset my
I would like to meet it.
I would. In my time, I've dabbled way too much with computer settings, as we both know. I love settings. I really do. I've learned a lot about them, and I like to perfect them if I can. But I'm starting to think, like, maybe things in their default state sometimes are better.
Yeah, sometimes
you're pushing things a little too far. Anyways, the reason I bring this up is I decided, after much frustration, after my latest blue screen, reset my computer to factory settings.
It's crazy.
Luckily, Windows has some options. They say, do you want to full reset this, or do you want to keep some of your personal data? I said, maybe I do want to keep some of my stuff, because one day I'm going to want to use it for something.
Yeah.
And it's not backed up anywhere. So anyways, reset the whole PC. And that's an experience. Launching that, and it says, hello. You're like, oh, shoot. This has nothing.
Yeah.
I have to reset this from scratch. It's like, which internet do you want to use? I'm like, oh, no.
You don't want to use Microsoft Edge?
Yeah, that's what it started with. I was like... And then I tried to switch to Chrome, and it said, hey, we run on the same type of thing as Chrome. Are you sure you want to switch? I was
Yep,
like, I
they
don't
make you
know.
try to feel bad about it.
I don't know what I want anymore. But anyways, I got Chrome, and then I'm putting stuff in the taskbar so I have quick access to things. And then I'm like, okay, so I use OBS for streaming and like all of these apps, so many apps. You have game launchers, this and that. I had to log back in and download every single thing I've ever used.
Yeah.
And then the worst part, let's all say it together. What's the worst part of setting up anything? Audio. So I tried to set up my microphone. It had issues for a long time. And once I got the microphone connected, um, then if you're a psychopath like me, you want to really perfect the audio. So you're on YouTube watching tutorials. You're like, what are the best filters for this mic? And they're like, well, it's all dependent on how loud your room is and where you are in the world. I was like, oh no, okay. So I was setting up filters for my mic again, and then dabbling in OBS because OBS has like 4,000 settings and just so many things. The list, as I said, goes on and on and on. I highly recommend not factory resetting your computer unless absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
It was a brutal task. Took me a lot of hours, so that was a short and condensed version of how my Tuesday or Monday went this week. Can't even remember, but don't do that.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot. You have to like sign into Chrome, and it has some of your things saved, but probably not too many. And then you've got to re-download Steam and Epic and all of the, like you said, OBS and all of the tools that you use for your mics and everything. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, you have no games, and Chrome was like, "What
Right.
email do you want linked to your browser?" I was like, "Oh no, I have 3 emails that I use. I don't know the passwords for these." Luckily, technology is pretty advanced nowadays where it's like, hey, if you're logged in on your phone, just take a picture of this QR code and you're instantly in.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
So
that's super handy.
some things were simplified, but that's what I did this week so far. I also went to a movie.
Hmm.
So I went and saw a new horror film with Allison Brie and
Dave Franco.
Dave Franco, who I think are married.
I think you're right, or at least dating. I don't know.
Yes, there's something. They're acting together as a couple in this film. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I think that it's the best movie I've seen in theaters in a fat minute. I was
Really?
locked in. I was very drawn. I was like, what's going to happen next? Okay, this is freaky. It was kind of scary, mysterious, very weird. It's a very weird movie. You're going to see some weird things in there. But I recommend it.
Sounds like you really enjoyed it.
Oh, I did. I would like to watch it again.
I really like both of them, Allison Brie and Dave Franco. And the premise does seem interesting. It does look like it's, I don't know, just from the trailer, they're kind of getting stuck together. It's kind of the vibe. It's called Together. They're like arms are like morphing together, kind of weird.
So you kind of know some stuff.
And you see like their eyes, like lids start like fusing together. And at one point she pulls out like this a sawzall, I think is what it's called, the little blade that goes back and forth, like gonna cut their arms apart or whatever. And I'm just like, that seems a little brutal.
Oh yeah.
And I usually screen movies I go to before. I just like want to know like what content is in the movie. I decide like if I'm gonna watch or not. We're Christian and kind of worry about that a little bit. And so I
you screened it, didn't you?
I definitely screened it and saw the scene that I know that that you're thinking of right now. That
oh boy.
Yeah, maybe pay attention for that one. But I'm surprised you really loved it.
I did, man. I have this weird place in my mind that's deep somewhere in there, where I've talked to you about liminal spaces and strange things and the unknown, and it's very intriguing to me. And this was very much that. This is one of those movies that you're like, that was odd, and if you can appreciate it, it's a beautiful thing, and I really do. I think it's so interesting as a director to go in such strange directions. If you've ever seen Suspiria with Dakota Johnson,
I haven't seen that one.
or like that pretty famous movie Tusk. I mean, you're going down these weird rabbit holes that make no sense.
Yeah.
And it's like, that is so odd.
Mm-hmm.
But I like it. I really, really do.
Was it like, would you call it horror? Like, were you scared at any point? Or is it mostly just like, what's going on? This is weird. And they're trying to figure it out.
For a time in the movie, and we've talked about this before.
Yeah. Until you know the thing.
Until you know the thing, they kind of killed it with some scenes. I was like, that was freaky. Which I typically don't say.
Yeah.
I typically say that was dumb, or that was predictable, or I've seen this before. But this was like unnerving. I don't know if that's the correct word.
Yeah, that's
just
great.
makes you feel out of sorts a little bit, a little disturbing. Putting yourself in the scenarios that happen in the film kind of can freak you out. I would highly recommend watching this with surround sound or in the theater. It's just very impactful as a viewer. But if you're not wanting to see really weird stuff, maybe you don't need to watch it. You know what
I mean? Yeah. I'm trying to get into the horror vibe a little bit as well because I'm going to see Weapons on Tuesday. And so Lacey and I, we were looking for a movie to watch, and we watched Woman of the Hour just a couple nights ago. Has Anna Kendrick in it, the main girl from Pitch Perfect. She actually directed the movie. It's the first movie she's ever directed. And we really liked it. It's this true story, which is kind of bonkers, about this actress that's trying to make it big in LA, and she gets like a break to be on a game show called The Dating Game, I think is what it's called. And they have like a wall between her and 3 male contestants, and she gets to ask them questions like, I don't know, it's kind of a silly game. And then at the end of the show, she has to choose one of the 3 to go on like a date with. And the date is like pretty fancy date. I think they were going to send them to Cancun or some like exotic place for their date. Mm-hmm. And there's quite a bit that happens before she goes to that show and then after as well. And one of the contestants ended up being a serial killer. And it's a true story. And he was the one chosen. And she almost went on this date with him, and she had like this crazy experience, like, and he's like a pretty creepy serial killer, obviously. I think he was finally convicted of killing like at least 13 women, but again, it's like the 70s, and so they don't have like the best like DNA data and stuff back then. But like from some other digging and investigating they've been able to do, they think he might have killed as many as 130 people. So just like very prolific and creepy serial killer. So if you like a thriller kind of show, we were reading like his Wikipedia page afterwards, just like, wow, this is crazy. The amount of like stuff and murder and that they included in the movie was so light compared to what he actually did. And even in the movie, we're like, wow, this guy's like very creepy. So I recommend it. It's some of the reviews I read online were like, this movie's slow. It's not like super exciting, but that's kind of what I want for a serial killer thriller. I'm not looking for Jason Voorhees in a true story, you know? So I don't know. I kind of like that one. Woman of the Hour. I think you said you've seen it too, Devin, maybe, but
I have, yeah. I remember it relatively well.
Yeah. It's good. I liked that one. I think that's the only movie I've watched this week, Devin. You watched together. I watched Woman of the Hour, so that's kind of a horror back to back. And then next week I'll tell you if I survived my experience going to see Weapons in the theater. It'll be the first horror movie I've seen in the movie theaters in a long time.
It's the best genre to go to there.
Yeah.
If it's loud.
Yeah, we'll see. It's reviewing very well. It's also supposed to be like long, and some people have said it's slower than you think it's going to be, but then when it ramps up, it ramps like crazy. So we will see.
Yes, we will.
So anyways, that's probably it for Super Movie Brothers. Devin, anything else you want to chat about before we jump in, or should we just jump into the show?
I should have came more prepared.
No, you're good.
Yeah, we can jump in.
Okay, I think that sounds good. Well, this is the Super Game Brothers podcast. Like I said at the top, it's a weekly podcast all about video games. We play a lot of games. I've played video games my entire life, basically, and so is Devin. I'm 35, and so I generally lean towards, kind of older games, but I do play a lot of current stuff as well. We talk about what we've been playing, kind of our first impressions. We do today we're going to do this fun top 15 kind of list thing that we'll have Devin guess at the end. It'll be fun. So just some fun segments, talk about games, and it's just generally a good time. Make sure to check out our Patreon at patreon.com/, Super Game Brothers. Let me hop over to the screen here so you can take a peek at that. But if you support us over there, you get early access to our show, and you can write into the show, vote on the games that we play. We also have a board game podcast as well, and you get access to both through that Patreon. So you can see our last episode here was all about Donkey Kong Bananza and kind of our thoughts after just the first few hours. My thoughts are a lot different right now, but we'll talk about
I was
that.
very negative about that game last week.
Well, last week I was too, to be honest. But we'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute. So anyways, we have audio and video versions of those and exclusive stuff and just a fun time. So please check that out. Patreon.com/Super Game Brothers helps us keep the lights on. And then we also have a giveaway going on at supergamebrothers.com where you can win a gaming gift card or a bundle of board games if that is more your thing. All right, Devin. I thought we'd start the episode today by just doing some quick updates on some games that we have been playing. I know you've been playing a few different games. I'm not even going to pull these up on the screen. I'm just going to go back to our face, actually, as we talk about them. But I just wanted to give not my first, but my second impressions of Donkey Kong. And then I know you've been playing Ready or Not some more. I don't know if you guys finished like every mission there, but I think you're getting closer. And you've been playing some other stuff as well. So we can do some kind of just quick thoughts on what we have been playing. And then I have two games that I want to give like some more in-depth thoughts on. And then we'll do our top 15 kind of list here at the end, which will be a fun little game to end the show. And then we'll be out. So I guess I'll start. That'll give you some time to think about, I guess, anything, other games you want to bring up. But still playing Donkey Kong Bananza. Last time we chatted, you can check out our first impressions video on YouTube. And like Devin said, we were a little harsh on the game. I think through the first 3 or 4 hours. To that point, I had played through to the point where you get to the ice or the forest world and you get to choose which branching path you're going to go down first. So you only have the one DK Bananza power at that point. And basically those first 3 to 4 hours of the game just kind of focus on like teaching you to move and smash more than anything. And that Bananza power is all about smashing. And I don't know, I feel like they maybe focused on that a little bit too long at the beginning, because at that point I was like, man, if this is like the crux of the whole game, I think it's a little underwhelming. I don't want to just be smashing the punch button for 20 hours, finding these bananas on accident because I smashed through a wall that I didn't know there was something behind. And that was kind of the vibe I got. Even though it's very pretty, love seeing Donkey Kong in, high def, almost 4K, or it might even be 4K. I'm not even 100% sure. So I think between that and it feeling a bit repetitive because of that punching and just focus on teaching you how to smash, it was, I don't know. I don't think it has the strongest first impression from those first few hours, and that's what we said last week. Second impression here, I've finished the ice world on the left, the forest world on the right. There's like a cool boss fight after that section, and then another world after that one I finished as well, and I'm on the next one after that. And so I have 3 more new Bananza powers past the original one. And man, there's so much more like thoughtful and clever than just the Smash-a-thon that the first 3 hours were. I won't spoil any of them that aren't in like the trailers they showed, but there's the zebra one and the ostrich one in the ice and the forest levels. The zebra lets you run fast, and his whole shtick is there's certain like platforms and ground that crumbles if DK like runs on it. He's too heavy, but if you're the zebra transformation, he's fast enough that he can like run across that. And so like the level design and the boss fights kind of use that cool mechanism, and so it's again just much less Smash Fest. There's still times where you're like, oh, I can see like this would go around, and there is a wall up there I need to smash when I get up there, but there's a bit more focus on platforming challenges and yeah, just like that unique ability instead of just smashing. Then the forest one is the ostrich. Both of those worlds are very cool. Like you don't get those powers until you get like part way through the world and meet the elder of that town, and just getting there um, is a bit of a challenge. Like in the forest one, there's these plants you have to throw, but they'll only attach to wood, like not to metal or dirt or any other type of surface. But if they attach to wood, they like sprout and a vine comes back towards you, and then you can use that to like cross like bigger chasms than you can normally jump. So both of those worlds are just interesting. I already talked about the zebra power. The ostrich power is pretty cool as well. It lets you kind of glide, and it's used very well in that world as well. And then, like I said, I won't spoil the fourth one because that is the one that they didn't talk about, but very different and cool as well. Saying a lot of as wells, but
as well.
There was one world between those two with the zebra and the ostrich, and the next world where you get the next Bananza. It's like this. I forget the name of it. It's like this kind of ocean, not even ocean, like beach world, and it's probably my favorite so far. And it doesn't even have a unique Bananza power that you learn by going there, but it does have this cool surface. Like the whole point of the game is Donkey Kong can smash stuff, or he can rip a chunk of the earth off and hold it, throw it, surf on it, which is kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It introduces a new surface type that's kind of rainbowy looking, and these new enemies that if you like punch this shark looking thing in the face, it'll fly across the screen and make this like huge arch of that rainbow platform. And so like you purposely are like punching them certain directions so that it will make a platform like so far out in the
and
distance.
then you're able to traverse
and
that
then you
platform?
Can run on the platform. And then that rainbow platform as well, if you pick up a chunk of it, it's kind of like a mini rocket. I don't know how to explain it differently. You pick it up and you put it above his head, and you just like blast into the air like it's kind of like flammable or something. And the way they use those in that world is very, very fun too. So I think since last week, I said Donkey Kong was probably floating around like a 7.5, like just based on the Smash stuff and it being pretty. I think it's a whole point better so far. I don't know how far I am. I think there's only one more Bananza power I haven't found based on the skill tree, unless they're hiding stuff from me. But I know there are a couple things that I haven't seen yet that I have seen spoiled from pictures online. So I don't know. There might be some more surprises that I'm not expecting beyond those. But I would guess I'm 2/3. But I don't know for sure. I think I'm on sublayer 902, if I am remembering correctly. So, anyways, just wanted to give that excuse me update since our first impressions video was like we said, just kind of not negative so much as like disappointed. And I do think it's quite a bit better since then. So, anyways, that's my second impressions of Donkey Kong Bonanza. I'm probably like 12-ish hours in now, I would think, and have 250 bananas, I think. I haven't double checked those figures, but that's my guess. Okay, Devin, any games that you want to update on? Just real quick.
Hmm. Yeah, Ready or Not, um, tactical breacher shooter.
Yeah,
You're going in, there's traps, you're trying to do objectives. Fun with a friend. Don't recommend playing it solo so much.
I've heard that a lot, that it's not great solo. But
I
your
can't
friend did play
imagine.
the whole thing solo.
He did, yes. Yeah, he played it on whatever he did was very hard because he was S tiering these missions where it's
Yeah,
non-lethal bullets. But they have added a new difficulty level since console release. And imagine chasing an enemy, right? He's running directly away from you.
okay, I'm chasing him.
And while he's running directly away from you, he also runs around a corner. After he runs around that corner, you get shot and die. He's broke eye contact and he's shooting with his third and fourth arms, which are connected to his back. And while sprinting, perfectly nailing you and causing you to restart a mission you just spent 10 minutes in.
I did notice that a few times where like you would be looking down a hallway that just has like a tiny path that's like 50 feet in front of you that someone could run through.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like running through sideways,
Oh, yeah.
but
Mm-hmm.
bullets for some reason are hitting you.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Every part of their bodies has aim lock in that difficulty. Void Interactive, I think, is who developed
probably
the game.
it
You
might be
need
their
to.
first game,
I'm
and
gonna say
so
you take a look at that because it's not making a lot of sense for me unless the enemies are low key like
aliens.
Pennywise type
Yeah.
things, multiple arms, enhanced. You know, like an Avenger. Anyways, game's fun. With a friend, not a perfect game, funny game, unique. There's a lot of some repetition. You have to like tie everyone up and you're collecting every person you take out, you're collecting their evidence. And it's
Yeah.
like, let me hold X again over and
Yeah.
over. And like you have to tell people to get down on their knees. You're like, get on the ground. And they're like, I
And
ain't
they're like,
listening to you.
no.
And you're shining their flashlight in their face like so hard, and you're like, get on the ground. They're like, no, I'm innocent. And then they just start running away from you. They're like, no, I'm not gonna do it. It drives me nuts. Anyways, that game's fun. It's been a good time. I think we're pretty much done with it. We actually gave away a copy of the game. Uh,
Right.
we got some free keys for that game. And the next game I'm going to talk about, we also got free keys to play a small game called Backroom Company. We just started it today. There's a lot of games now that are set in the backrooms. If you don't know what the backrooms are, do a quick Google search. It's a very strange aesthetic, but it is my thing. It's vast, open, spooky areas, liminal spaces, fake birthday parties, abandoned arcades, parking lots, spooky swimming pools, all the things. You
Yeah.
don't know what lurks around the corners. But this game has dabbled in the mechanics of Lethal Company, which is explore these areas and you're going to find items which are worth money. You bring them back to the elevator and you're selling them, trying to stay away from enemies and also finding a way to mark your path so that you don't get lost because you can go out into these areas and never find your way back. There's too
Yeah.
much of
Very
a
maze like.
yes, it's a labyrinth out there. We just got to the second world, which is the pools. There's a bunch of different colored slides, and some of the slides just they're insta deaths. So you're just kind of picking at random. And then we went into this massive room, and it's just full of rubber ducks,
Oh, I saw
the
that.
entire thing. And so we're pretty excited. We got a free game that's definitely the best Backrooms game we've tried. We have 3 of them now. I don't know if this one's new, but luckily we got some new keys for it.
What are the other two that you've played? Just curious. Have you
Escape
played?
the Backrooms
Oh, okay.
and Backroom. They all have the word backroom in it, and I get
Are they
them
made by the
mixed up.
same team, or is that
They're
just
they're
like a
all
vibe?
different.
They're all different. Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at Steam and like everyone was different.
Okay, Devin, I played 2 new games this week that I wanted to just give some initial first impressions on. The first one, actually, I guess before I say that, I should say this is a Yacht Club week. Yacht Club Games is the company that made um, Shovel Knight.
Okay.
But that's been a long time. I think that was 2013 or something. And they've published a couple of games since then, as well as they made a few expansions to Shovel Knight, like the Torment Spectre of Torment. I don't remember the names. King of Cards or something. Basically, you get to play as a bunch of the villains from Shovel Knight in their own campaigns. Some of them are supposed to be excellent, some not quite as good as the base game. I really liked Shovel Knight. I love retro games. It's basically a mix of Mario, Mega Man, Castlevania, a little bit of DuckTales, because you can kind of shovel bounce. Like,
Cranky Kong.
Yeah, like Cranky Kong, which is what what's his name in DuckTales? Scrooge McDuck does with his cane. Boing, pogo sticks. So, anyways, excellent game. Came out a long time ago. They haven't made a new game since, but they've been working on one for a long time, and they published a couple for in between that. And so the first one that I'm going to go to the screen and show you here. Screw you, OBS. The first one that we're going to go to the screen and show you here is called Cyber Shadow. And this is, again, kind of made in like a NES, Super Nintendo kind of vibe. And it's kind of like I don't know what I would call it, a mix between like Ninja Gaiden and Mega Man again, maybe, because you're getting like new abilities as you're going. Also kind of tricky, kind of plays with like that old kind of a gameplay mode where like there's not a sprint button to change your speed, which was very common in like Mega Man back then, the original ones. But it's very cool. It has like awesome pixel art that I wanted to kind of show you here. The whole thing is, it's got some cool cutscenes, and there's some fun like enemies and allies that you have, and you wake up and don't really know what's happened, but there's all these, again, callbacks to Mega Man, robots that have gone rogue, and you're trying to stop them, and kind of an old-fashioned kind of video game story that, you know, isn't anything new or incredibly unique. But man, this game is a lot of fun. I really, really like it. The I think it is tricky because you can't adjust the character's run speed. It's either like forwards, backwards. Um, I'm just used to like holding a run button in Mario, or
well, even Mega Man added a slide at one point, and if you jumped after the slide, you moved a lot quicker.
Moved a lot faster. I don't know if that was in before Mega Man X, which is like a different series than original Mega Man, but yeah, I agree. You basically have your katana, and then you have like a special meter under your health meter where you can do special attacks, and you unlock those slowly. So you get like a ninja star, and I just got like this flame punch that's really cool. And man, this game's awesome. I don't know if it's on like PlayStation Plus extra or Game Pass or some subscription like that. I bought it a few months ago when it was on sale. I put games that I'm excited about in my wish list on PlayStation, and then it will email me when they're on sale. And so like I kind of watch them that way. Man, this game is awesome. Super, super cool. It's just the right level of difficulty. It's not like too hard. There are some like old school kind of things about it where like you have knockback when you get hit, and that is by far the thing that will kill you most often. Is, you know, I'm fighting somebody next to a pit, or next to a pit of spikes, and I accidentally get hit, and then due to my knockback I fall into the pit, which is a instant death. So if, you know, old games with that kind of methodology kind of frustrates you, then you might be a little frustrated, but it's super, super cool. The pixel art is super great, and man, I will say like the chip tunes, the music, just amazing music in that, you know, NES style. Just so catchy, kind of just on a loop, different music for each level. So good. The boss fights are pretty tough and a bit different from one to the next. They're like different types of robots that we just saw. This one was kind of I think the first boss fight, and the second one's a lot tougher. has kind of a checkpoint system with a teleporting here that you're seeing on this map. But man, just so much to love. Really, really like it. So if you like, again, an old school fashion game, I think you'll really like Cyber Shadow. So check that one out. Again, from Yacht Club Games. It's a couple years old at this point. And then jumping to something that is not a couple of years old, that just came out today. This is not the full game, but this is Mina the Hollower. This is Yacht Club's next game after Shovel Knight. They've been working on it for many years. It's been delayed a couple of times. It comes out on Halloween, but they dropped a demo today on during I think Nintendo's like what's it called? They had a Nintendo Direct, and they said like free demo out today for Mina the Hollower. And I was like, oh heck yeah! So I actually played this um, on my Switch too. Yeah,
Ooh.
which because that's the only place the demo is. The demo's not on PlayStation. Um, and man, it's super awesome. This one is meant to be. I don't want to speak for Yacht Club because I obviously don't work there, but I think one of their philosophies was like, what if we? It's 2025 now, but it, in the 2000s, what if we made a game with the same limitations that they had back then, like the NES, or this was meant to look like a Game Boy game or Game Boy Color game. So we use like the same size of pixels and maybe like even the same limitations they had for the amount of music notes they can use or the types of colors
I
that
was
they
gonna
can
say it
use.
seems like their color depth, their color range is low
Yeah,
on
exactly.
purpose.
On
I'm sure.
purpose to match that. But can we make like a better modern game in those like old kind of limitations? That's kind of what they did with Hollow Knight. That's not the right word. Shovel Knight. Um, and that's what they're going for here. The demo took me 35 minutes, I think, to finish. It has like the opening cutscene, and you like wake up on this pirate ship, and there's this big kraken that like wrecks your boat, and it's actually really cool. You get to pick which weapon you're going to play with, and in the demo, at least, there's three. There's this Castlevania like whip mace. That's the one I chose. I think that's probably the standard one. Then there's like these two, I don't know what they are, but they kind of look like short swords. And then there's a big like hammer. And the hammer is interesting because you have to charge it up, but while it's charging, you can push the and you can in the room where you choose, you can equip all three. And then once you leave the room with one, that's the one that you've chosen for your playthrough. And you can do like a dodge roll while you're charging it if you push a direction. So you have like some weird mobility while you're charging the hammer. I just went for the whip for my play here, but so cool. Again, the music again is just amazing, amazing, amazing music, and the gameplay is really fun. The kind of the crux here is it's a bit like Castlevania Halloween vibes, where there's like bat shaped figures and the villain like kind of looks like a rat version of Dracula. Um, Comes out on Halloween, like I mentioned, and yeah, I don't know. It just kind of gives me like Bloodborne, Nintendo Bloodborne vibes for like the Game Boy Color.
Mm.
You have this cool movement where she can like she's like a mouse or a mole. Her name's Mina. I don't know what animal she is. She looks like a mouse, right? You can dig under the ground, and when you do that, after we get through this St. Jude's ad, um, you move faster, but you can only do that for a limited amount of time. And then when you jump out of it, you jump farther as well. So that's like move used for some platforming. But when you jump and dive into the earth, you also can like dodge enemy attacks. So you like are pretty thoughtful about when you use that. And this game's kind of got a little bit of Souls like at least vibes in like its combat and checkpoint system where you get to campfires and then you have a certain number of heals. And like Bloodborne, when you damage an enemy, you'll rebuild this yellow portion of your health bar. It's like converts enemy like hits into plasma is what it's called. And then when you use your health bar, it will refill that yellow portion. So will only refill the amount that you have been dealing damage to enemies. So it encourages you to, attack. There's some cool upgrades, and you lose currency if you die twice, similar to Souls games and stuff. It's a fun 35-minute demo. I would try it if you're interested at all in the game. There's that one boss fight that we just saw here, and then there is one more boss fight at the end of the demo that kind of ends it, and then kind of like a stage or two. This is like all the tutorial, kind of like leading into the first section of the game, where it looks like you have to restore like these generators in 6 different like areas, and you get there, talk to the head honcho dude that again kind of looks like Rat Dracula. Not this guy, he's a much bigger dude. And then the demo ends. So 35 minutes. I thought it was really fun and gives you like a really good taste of the game, and you get to play with 3 weapons if you want. There's the big guy. I guess he doesn't look like Dracula so much, but I think that's kind of the vibe they were going for. I'm super pumped for this. I backed it on Kickstarter years ago, so on Halloween, or maybe even a little before then. I don't know when I'll get my code, but I'll get a free, not free, but a code that I paid for a long time ago on that day, and I'm super pumped to play that. So that's 2 games from Yacht Club that we talked about this week on the podcast. And I'm, really excited to finish Cyber Shadow. Hopefully I'll finish it in the next couple of weeks. And then really excited to play this one in October. Probably more in November, but I'll be on paternity leave then. So it'll be a fun kind of thing to look forward to then. I love their games, and this pixel art's so cool. So that's Mina the Hollower. All right, Devin, back on our faces. We're going to end this episode that had a couple weird computer glitches, but it wouldn't be one of our podcasts or streams if it didn't have a computer glitch, it seems.
That's fact.
Yeah. By doing something kind of fun. We're going to stay on our faces.
I like fun.
And this is a thing I see on social media a lot. So we're going to try to use these as little clips, but I found a top 15, not even top 10, a top 15 list of the best Souls-like games. And I've got them written here. That does include games by From Software. Okay. So I think that you will get at least 10 of these. Maybe I'm wrong. I think 10 would be a good score. I think you may do better than that and impress me. There's a couple of them. There was one of them I had never heard of. So I don't think you'll get that one. Unless, again, you really shock me. And there's a couple of others that are a little more obscure that I'm guessing you've heard the name of before, but I don't know that you've played. So I'm not expecting you to get perfect all of them. Most of them are 3D. A couple are 2D. So they can be like, they're not all like perfect clones of, Elden Ring or something, But that is kind of the game we're going to play today. I'm going to mark them here on my iPad as we go, keeping track of the ones that you have gotten, and we're going to see how many of them you can get. So, whenever you're ready, Devin, let me give you the, I guess, a couple details. This list was from a website called Den of Geek. I've seen them quite a few times. And the notes they put here is, it's kind of hard to define Souls-like games, but the check marks that they looked for were an emphasis on difficulty, a checkpoint system that respawns enemies, role-playing elements that offer opportunities for character growth, encouraging player depth to learn mechanics / environment navigation, indirect information related to narrative elements and gameplay mechanics, and combat systems that focus on memorizing enemy movements and attack patterns. And the one note, or last note, is for each of the numbers, there's only one game per franchise. For example, if Uncharted was on this list, Uncharted 1, 2, 3, and 4 would not be different numbers. It would just be Uncharted is number 2. So, in other words, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3 are not separately on the list.
Well, I thought I was going to be able to bang out like 7 right off the rip. Okay.
Yeah. So, anyways, whenever you're ready, let's see how many of these 15 you can get, and then I'll put them on the screen, and you can tell me and I'll tell you what number they had them listed. I don't perfectly agree with this list, but I think it is a pretty good list. So, whenever you're ready.
Sekiro.
All right. Good pick. Sekiro is on the list at number. What number do you think?
This is best.
Yeah.
4.
Hey, perfect. It's at number 4.
Oh, starting off strong.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see if you can nail down the 3 above it or not. But
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne is on the list.
If it's not above it, I'm gonna lose my mind.
What number do you think it is?
I'm gonna say 3.
Close. It's 2.
It's 2. What beats out Bloodborne? Okay, Demon Souls.
Demon Souls is on the list.
Woo!
Just going through the From games here. What number do you think that's at?
9.
Nope, not 9. It's at 5.
Okay, they really ramped that up. Okay, Elden Ring.
Elden Ring is on the list. Where do you think it is?
That includes Night Rain as well, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I think it's at 3.
Nope.
6.
Nope.
If it's at 1, I'm done.
It's at number 1.
It's not number 1.
It's not my favorite either, but it is the one that's been by far the most famous, like sold the most. More people have played it than the others, so I understand why they would put it there, but it's not my favorite either.
Salt and Sanctuary.
Good choice. How'd you have you played that one?
I know what it is.
Okay. Mm-hmm. I think that we should try the sequel, Salt and Sacrifice, because I think it is co-op. And that would be really fun. I've played the first one on my PlayStation Vita. It's very fun. It is hard. Like, yeah, I'm good at 2D games, and it is brutal. It's tough. What number do you think that's at? The rest of these are going to be hard for you to get order, I think.
11.
That's nope, it was number 6.
Oh,
it's right after Demon
really
Souls.
like it. Okay.
Yeah.
Ender Lilies.
Ender Lilies is not on the list. I really love Ender Lilies. That's a great indie game. That's got a bit of that in there. I especially like the first one. I liked it more than Ender Magnolia.
9 Souls.
9 Souls is not on this list either. Huh. I would probably disagree. I would put 9 Souls on. I thought it was excellent. I think that's a great choice.
I wanted to say Hades, but it's like a different genre, I feel like.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay. Even though it has like, it's more of a roguelite than a Souls-like.
Got you. Okay, well, Dark Souls.
Good job. Dark Souls is on the list.
Number 2.
3. You are, yep, 3. Bloodborne was number 2, so. Okay, you have 1 through 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I'll just recap. Elden Ring 1, Bloodborne, Dark Souls, Sekiro, Demon Souls, Salt and Sanctuary. Now you're looking for, basically the ones not made by From Software. From didn't make Salt and Sanctuary, so you've already gotten 1.
How far back? How old can I go?
I don't think any of these are more than 7.
Can I say Castlevania?
No, they're not going to be that old.
Okay.
Because like the original Castlevania doesn't have like the checkpoint system where enemies come back. If you die, I guess you go back to a check. Maybe it does. That's a good point. But no, none of them are that old. They're like, all of them came out after the original Demon Souls.
Stellar Blade.
Nope. Stellar Blade is not on here.
The Last Berserker.
Nope. It's not on here either. That one's pretty recent. Kazan or whatever.
Lies of P.
Wow, I did not notice they don't have that on here.
Oh my goodness, that game's fantastic.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite one that's not made by From, so I'm really surprised at that. We're going to put it on here ourselves at 2.5. Right after Bloodborne, I think.
Yep, works for me.
Yeah. Good guess, though.
What else could there be? Souls-like.
Some of these are. I know you've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 7. Or there's more than 7. 5 of the 9 that are left.
Really?
But they're a little more obscure. Yeah.
A little more obscure. Do I have a sword in these games?
Um,
Some of them.
I think in all of them you have a melee weapon. In some of them you might have also a different weapon, but I think all of them you have a sword of some sort. Might not be, yeah, a sci-fi sword, but a sword of some sort.
Hollow Knight's a different genre.
I would put Hollow Knight on this list, but they did not. So that's a good
Mm.
call. They didn't.
This list is torturing me.
Hey, you've done really well so far. You got the first 6 just boom off the bat. And you put Liza P on there, so you got the first 6.5.
Oh man. Oh man. A Prince of Persia game.
Nope.
No.
I don't think a Prince of Persia game has come out since Demon Souls did.
I'm trying to think of boss patterns.
One of them is in a humongous franchise, as a hint.
Humongous franchise.
One of the biggest franchises.
Destiny.
No, Destiny is not one.
A humongous franchise.
Yeah, this will be number 15 on this list.
That's Souls-like. Kena Bridge of Spirits.
No.
Oh,
No.
I'm really struggling with this list at this point.
Yeah, they're kind of tough. One of them is a game you absolutely love. Like top 5.
Like Resident Evil?
No. Like top 5 Devin games for sure.
Fallout.
No.
It's something scary.
I mean, it kind of has a kind of creepy vibe, but it's got to play like a Souls game.
It's got to play like a Souls game. Creepy vibe. The
No,
Jedi Survivor games.
Jedi Survivor, that's the one at 15. That is the big franchise. So
oh, okay. Huge.
Okay. 1 to 6 and 15.
One of my favorite games.
I'm struggling to know how what hints to give you, because these are hard games to give hints about.
My memory is so bad, but I'm gonna get there.
Yeah, if you can at least get to 10, I think we'll be good, and then I can give you the last few that you're missing. And I think we'd call that a win if you get to 10. There's a few franchises that I know that I think you're just forgetting that I know you know.
I am. It's because the pressure's on.
Yeah.
I'm losing it. What do I tell people I like? I say I like Bloodborne, Souls-like games, Fallout, Destiny, horror games, Resident Evil, Silent Hill.
This could be a good hint. A few of these games have a focus on co-op.
Focus on co-op. Remnant.
Remnant 2.
Oh my gosh, I love Remnant so much. I was thinking about it earlier in the pod when you were talking about the yellow health from the Mina game.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
They have gray health.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, Remnant is at number 9.
Okay, huge. Love that game so much. Is that the one you were saying I loved?
Yes.
Oh boy. Okay, so that game has guns.
That one does. I don't.
Gears of War.
No. So they're all gonna still play like a Souls game. I don't think any of the rest of them have guns, except for maybe as like a.
So I'm dodge rolling.
Yes. Yeah,
in
think
most
of that.
Of these.
Yeah. Give you 2 more hints. One of the ones left is 2D. One of the ones left is an indie game. It's not 2D, but it's an isometric camera angle, which means like it's kind of above you at a diagonal.
Tunic.
Not Tunic.
Crow's Nest. Crow game. The Crow one.
That is the game.
The Crow's Return. Crow's Revenge.
Crow's Revenge. Their first game, I love this company, Acid Nerve, was what's it called? Something Souls. Titan Souls. It's an awesome one.
Right.
I love that game where you have 1 bow, 1 arrow, and 1 hit to a boss kills him, but like how you hit the boss is cool. There was their second game is the Crow game that you're trying to get to.
Game.
It the first letter is a D.
Dark Crow.
And there's 2 words, and the first letter to the second word is also a D.
Dangerous Darkness.
Dangerous Darkness.
To,
No.
um,
I don't know if you'll get there with this one. I think you played it,
I did play it, yeah.
but it's been a few years.
I won't get there.
Maybe if you remember what the crow's job was.
Plumber.
Yeah, it was Mario's brother. Want me to
He had
give
a
you?
job?
Yeah, he worked like in the underworld or something,
Dante.
like gathering souls, like trying to, yeah, something like that.
Dreadful Despair.
No.
It's, I'm ready. You can tell me.
Okay, Death's Door.
Would have never said that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if you were gonna get there.
Dark Cells. Isn't that a game? Dark Cells.
Yes. Is it called Dark Cells?
I don't know.
I don't think it's called Dark Cells. The first, their second word's right. Something cells. That one is not on this list, but that's a good guess. Good guess. And that one could be on a list like this, I think. So that's a good guess for the 2D one that's left, but it's not it. I'll give you one more hint about the 2D one. It's kind of ultra violent.
Ultra violent.
I don't know if ultra is the right word, but it has a focus on like blood, violence.
The Isaac. Binding of Isaac.
Not Binding of Isaac. That one's not a Souls like. That one is more like Hades, a rogue.
Enter the Gungeon.
No.
I do be rolling in that game.
Yeah, you're right. But we're no longer on isometric camera angle. We're now on 2D flat.
Oh. Metroid.
No. You don't have to go after the 2D one if you don't want. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more 3D ones as well.
There's a game I'm thinking of, and I can't. Soul Calibur.
That's a fighting game like Tekken.
Oh. Excalibur.
No. Do you want me to give you the ones I don't think you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. At number 13, so you got Star Wars Jedi Survivor at 15, Death's Door at 14. 13 is one called Mortal Shell.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, they just announced the sequel, actually. And in this one, I think you can kind of like harden your skin to like protect.
You can do that in Remnant too.
That one's 13. The next one is 12, the one I had never heard of. It's actually on PlayStation, so I might try it. It's called Hellpoint. And it's
I don't know that.
That's a sci-fi one. The next one is one we played together, but I've brought it up to you multiple times recently, and you've said like I have no memory of this.
That we played together?
Yeah, there's like this green dragon thing that you unlock at the checkpoints that would like take us from places to place. It's kind of minimalist art. Your character like doesn't have a face. It's just kind of like a
green dragons were taking us places.
It's called Ashen.
Yeah, I'd have never said that. No.
Yeah. Okay, then there's 3 more, 10, 8, and 7. And 10 and 7 are the 3D ones. I do think you would know those, I think. And then there's the one more 2D one. The 2D one does kind of have a Castlevania vibe.
Sifu.
No, that's not 2D. But on 3D, Sifu is no.
Sifu's 3D?
Yeah.
I swear Sifu I was going 2D that whole time.
No, Sifu 3D.
Am I a human in these games?
Yes.
A human.
I'll give you the setting. One of them is very sci-fi.
Very sci-fi.
You're like fighting robots.
Robots?
I don't know if you'll know the name of it, but I'm guessing you would have heard it.
Robots?
Yeah. One of them, if I say this, I think you'll get it, is very based in Japan.
Based in Japan? Oh no. Oh no. Based in Japan.
I think they're working on the third one right now.
In Japan.
But other than it being
I played
in Japan,
this game?
I don't know if you played like all of it, but you definitely know what it is and have played it for at least a minute. I think it's very much like Dark Souls. except it's supposed to be a little bit tougher. You have like different stances and a focus on
Ghost of Tsushima.
No, but that one does have different stances, but that's not a Souls game. Okay, similar vibe to Ghost of Tsushima, historical Japan, but this one also has like yokais and spirits and stuff. But historical Japan, you know this game.
Assassin's Creed.
No.
I don't like Assassin's Creed.
Think dodge rolling, think difficult enemies, think dark, think towns on fire, think.
I mean, I'm at Sekiro all day right now.
Yeah.
Town's on fire. Everything's on fire. We're in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm dodge rolling. The memories. I mean, the dementia's coming on early, Dave. Dodge rolling in Japan. Yep. I'm in control of the character. I'm dodge rolling. Probably beating it first try.
Yeah, probably.
Neo.
Neo. Good job. Neo is number 7.
Woo. That was tough.
All right, the last two, 10 and 8. I don't know if you'll get there. So I don't know. Do you want me to just give them to you?
No, I want hints.
Okay. The number 10 is the sci-fi one.
It's a sci-fi one.
I don't think
Armored Core.
I don't think you've played it. No. Picture a dude with like a sci-fi sword dodging robots.
Sci-fi sword dodging robots. You don't think I've played it?
I don't think so.
Sci-fi sword dodging robots. Dodging robots. Robots?
It's very much like a Souls-like. Like it's not Stellar Blade or anything like adjacent. It's very much like, oh, this is that. But I don't the name of the franchise, I don't know that you'll get there.
I don't remember a game where robots are any sort of a threat.
Yeah, and I don't think you've played it.
Are the robots my size?
I think some of them. Some of them are probably bigger. I haven't played.
Every enemy in the game's a robot?
I don't know.
We talking iRobot looking robot, or like we talking Borderlands 2 looking construction robot?
In the middle?
In the middle.
Not iRobot looking android thing.
There's robots in Horizon.
No.
Oh my! Tell me.
I don't think you'll know it.
Yep.
The Surge.
Oh, I didn't know. Would have been here until next week. I haven't heard of that.
Oh, okay. And then last up is the 2D one at number 8.
2D bloody.
Pretty like violent one.
Pretty violent.
There is a second one that came out a couple of years ago as well. Maybe just last year. Can't remember. It's also 2D. This team that made this game, I think, just made the 2D Ninja Gaiden game, I think. The Game Kitchen, I think might be their name.
I remember a 2D game that was pretty brutal.
It kind of has again, Castlevania, kind of Catholic kind of vibe.
So I'm right there, Ember Lilies and Salt and Sanctuary then. Yeah,
but more violent and a bit more colorful than those as well. Colorful. I don't know. I don't know if you'll get there on this one, to be honest.
I don't think I will.
Because again, I don't think you've played it. But want me to give it to you?
Yeah, I'm failing.
Number 8, the last one on the list, is Blasphemous.
I used a Blasphemous blade in Elden Ring for a long time, bro.
There you go.
Holy, I'm not. We should have been asking you the questions.
No.
Yes.
You did good. I think you got there with 10. A couple of them
30,
had a little hint on.
35%.
Yeah. And like I said, one of them, Hellpoint, I'd never even heard of. And a couple of the other ones, The Surge, and that you hadn't even heard of. So I think you did good. So we'll count that as a W for you, Devin. But with that was our closing segment. So that's going to do it for the Super Game Brothers podcast this week. I think this is episode 65, if I remember correctly. Thanks so much for listening and watching. Make sure to check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/supergamebrothers so that you can get the show a week early. Right into the show, vote on the games that we play and cover next, and all kinds of goodness like that. Make sure to check out Devin on Twitch. He's player 4 over there and plays lots of fun games live. which is a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see you next week for episode 66 of the Super Game Brothers podcast.